Time is running out to get your passes to Aftershock, featuring Slipknot, Kiss, My Chemical Romance, and Muse. Just look at this lineup. It's insane. You deserve it. You work hard all year, so treat yourself and learn more about Aftershock at the link in the description. We've heard a lot about the relationship between Dave Mustaine and the members of Metallica, his former bandmates. It's been hot and cold over the years, but it's mostly positive these days. Mustaine even said that he reached out to James Hetfield after seeing a video of him expressing vulnerability and feeling like he's not as good as he once was. And anybody who's seen Metallica perform over the last couple of years knows that isn't true. They're still putting on world-class performances. Everybody gets older, but Metallica, without a doubt, still brings it live. That is for sure. And it's a testament to how James Hetfield really takes his craft seriously. They've conquered the world, and he's not comfortable just kind of settling for that. And the reality is people are going to come to Metallica shows regardless, whether they play well or not. They're just that big of a band. And James Hetfield is still worried about how good he is performing live. I think that alone shows that he really does care. By the way, before we get into this story, I just want to say thank you to everybody who supports this channel. And we have a lot of people that tune in regularly but are not subscribed. So if you hit that subscribe button, it would really mean a lot. It tells YouTube you like us. They'll recommend our videos to more people and help us grow. Thank you again. So Dave Mustaine is opening up in a new interview, and he really does want to collaborate with this former bandmate. It seems like at one point in their history, he and James Hetfield had a very close bond, which was really why he was so surprised when he was forced out of the band. And he says in this interview, it's very interesting, he would like to collaborate with James and maybe write some music. And we know James is an outstanding songwriter, and so is Dave Mustaine. And I think the fans would love to see these guys kind of bury the hatchet. They're both in great places now and kind of see what they could put together. I am sure it would be fucking incredible if these two put out new music. So this interview is with Vinyl Writer Music, and Mustaine said he has been secretly hoping there'd be a day where he could write music with James. He says, quote, "I think the world really does want us to do that, and I think there is a pretty good possibility of it happening down the line. I do think it's possible that one day James is going to come around and that he and I are going to be able to do something together again. I guess that's one of the things that has always kept me pushing forward. I think it'd be good for Megadeth, and it could be great for Metallica too." This is not the first time there has been discussion about a collaboration between Mustaine and James Hetfield and other members of Metallica. Famously, they had the Big Four shows in 2010 and 2011. And in a previous interview with Metallica's fan magazine, So What?, James Hetfield responded, saying, "I see Mustaine as healthier now. I see him as less of a bitter guy. But I do see a lot of stuff in the press with him talking about jamming with us and making an album. All this other crazy stuff. I read it and say to myself, hold on. This is the Dave that we kind of wanted to forget about. You know, the big mouth that just wants to go, go, go. But there is an authenticity about him when he speaks. He doesn't think too much before he does. He just goes off the cuff. Plus, when he says stuff like that, it's well intended." So likely James Hetfield would probably have a similar response like that today if he were to respond to what Mustaine is saying. But I think Mustaine is being completely sincere, and it's a shame that they can't have that kind of friendship that they used to have. Mustaine is one of the real rock stars in the game. He says what he really thinks, and he doesn't hold back, and at least he's an honest guy. And so I think he really does want to kind of collaborate with James, and the fans would love that. Can you imagine if they announced that James Hetfield and Dave Mustaine were releasing an EP or something? It would go nuts. But neither one of them need to do this for money, so it would have to be something that James would really want to do. And I don't think he's ever done a side project. I could be wrong about that, but this just doesn't seem like it's something that would happen as much as the fans would want it to happen, as much as Dave Mustaine would want it to happen. It also requires James Hetfield to be interested as well, and the fans would love to see it. And yeah, I mean, it would be awesome. It would be incredible, but it just doesn't seem likely. Let us know what you think in the comments. Is this something you would want to see? Probably a lot of you would. And do you think it's possible? Do you think there's any way that maybe if the fans are loud enough, we can get James to do this, because they made incredible music together. Dave Mustaine is an incredible songwriter. He's a brilliant songwriter, and it would be crazy to see what they could come up with. So let us know in the comments. And again, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much for your support, and we'll see you in the next Rock Feed video.